Hi everybody, this is the introduction to using Adobe Photoshop. The first thing you're going to want to do is get Photoshop down at the bottom of your menu bar so that you have easy access to it. If you go down to your Start button, you can type in Adobe. And we are going to use Adobe Photoshop CS 5.1. If you hold your mouse down, click and hold it down, you can drag it down onto your bar so you have easy access to it. When you open up Photoshop, it should have the blue Photoshop kind of logo, and here is what Photoshop looks like. On the left-hand side, you have the toolbox. On the top is your menu bar, and right underneath the top menu bar is your options. Over on the right-hand side, there are different tools that you can use, and so we'll walk you through how to open a photograph and how to use a couple of the tools today. Once you have Photoshop open, you're going to go up to File and click on Open. And for just the heck of it, we're going to go in and we're going to open our selfie picture. So you may have to click on Computer, go into your J Drive folder, find your teacher, find your hour, find your folder, here it is. File, Open. And here's the selfie picture. You can see over on the right hand side, this is the Navigator tool. If you don't have the Navigator or to set up, actually we're going to set up our Workspace. You're going to go up to Window and click on Workspace and go down to Photography. Click on that to set up your Workspace. Navigator should be over here on your right hand side. With the Navigator, if you take the little tab, you can zoom in and out. You can see the little box up here. If I want to work on Nora's face, I could move into Nora's face. If I wanted to work on my face, I could work on my face. So the Navigator is really helpful to zoom in on certain parts of a photograph to edit them. Underneath here you can see I have a History tab. You don't need actions, so if you want to pull the actions off and just X out, you can do that. If you don't have your history, you'll go up to Window and click on History. There it is over there. Now I took it away. History. There we go. History tells you up to 20 steps of what you have done in order, so you can back step as you go. Down at the bottoms, you can also see that there is a layers box, and most of the time with photography, we just keep our main layer. I always have my students drag the lock off the layer button into the garbage can. So you want to have your Navigator, your History, and your layers open. Channels we don't really use. If you click on channels, you can kind of X that out. Paths we don't really use. Adjustments, I don't use those, so you can X those out. Masks, I don't use those either. So all we need is the Navigator, the History, and the layers. Oh my, there we go. In the next video, we're going to walk through the different tools in the toolbox on the left-hand side. You'll notice that if I click a tool, maybe the Quick Selection tool, the top option bar changes to relate to the tool that you click. So if I click on the Gradient tool, my option bar changes. It's also really important to know in the toolbox, if you right-click, they share spots. So if I'm trying to get to the paint bucket, but I only see the Gradient tool, I have to right-click with my mouse to get to the paint bucket. Same with, we use the patch tool quite a bit. To get to the other tools, I would have to right click and then I can see the healing brush, the patch tool, the red eye, and so on. So the next step we're going to go through is the tools and kind of show you how to do some things in Photoshop. Thank you.